Previously on Alec's Arts and Crafts.
Um, uh, uh, um, um, uh, um, 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 oh, it's, um, 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 oh, um, and now, today, on Alec's Arts and Crafts.
Alec's Arts and Crafts! Making art with friends.
Welcome to, Alec's Arts and Crafts. This is episode 437. We're got a little different episode today. I'm gonna turn a carving back into a rock. I'm gonna do this fish here. It's kind of that general fish, trout, bass, salmon, salmon, salmon. Um, what I want to do is change it from a fish back into a regular rock. And a lot of people ask me, why would you want to do that? It seems kind of backwards and weird. And I tell them, yeah, you're right. All right, okay, I won't do it.
Step 1.
Ooh, wait, what's step 1?
Step 2. Get rid of the finer details.
This first step is to get rid of the finer details on the fins. So my tools are these or those. Same guys. Usually I use these to make the details or the carving, but you can use it the other way as well. Basically when you're carving, flick and away. Now we're just gonna trace the same line towards, and it'll undo it. So there we go. People always ask me, hey Alec, why are you turning the fish back into a rock? Why don't you just sell it? Seems kind of greedy or selfish of you to do that. And I always respond, me? Selfish? No. This is mine. I would never share it. And so, there we have it, the fish. I just took all the details off the fins. So now it's just kind of, all the same throughout. And that's how you do that.
Step 3. Take the clear coat off.
So now that we've got the details off the fish, what we want to do is take the clear coat off because it's a little too shiny at this point. So usually I use this clear coat spray to spray it on. It makes it that shininess. So that's what we'll use here. It's a little known fact that these sprays are one of the few things that work against gravity. They're anti-gravity. So when you hold it this way, it sprays and comes up and out, and that's how you get it on. So what we'll want to do to take the spray off, we'll turn it upside down, and it'll suck the spray back up and in against gravity. So there we go. And there we go. There's the fish after we've taken the clear coat off. Some of those lines are more visible, I guess. And that's how you remove the clear coat.
Step 4. Unsand it.
Now that I have the smooth fish, we want to roughen it up a little bit. So usually use sandpaper to kind of smooth things out. That's what we use on this side to smooth it. So obviously backside to roughen it up. So. And read your diary. So as you can see, using the back of the sandpaper, I was able to take that smoothness off the fish. So it's kind of like a rougher now. Yep.
Step 4. Fill in the fins.
Now the fins are a little bit too pronounced at this point, so what we're going to do is kind of fill them in, kind of get rid of them. To do that, use like the dust to just kind of shove it in there, and I'll squeeze it in and just kind of compact it back to do that. So now we have to take a break for a word from our sponsor.
Word.
Okay. So this is where we're at after adding stuff around the fin. We get kind of a really rough outline. You can kind of tell it's not even really looking like a fish anymore. So that's good. And that's how you add material to take away the fins.
Step 5. Square up the edges.
Now that we have kind of that rough fish shape, we gotta kind of block it up and less fish eyes it. So what I'm gonna do is use a chisel. Usually when you're carving, you're taking away material with the chisel. I'm going to use the chisel and kind of just this dust and rock chunks that might come off of a carving, and just kind of use it and push it back into place with the chisel. And that's how we'll kind of get to a less fish of a shape. So let's begin.
We're drinking Coca-Cola.
I had a friend that inherited like his family fish farm, and they grow fish in tanks and all that. He was really struggling. All his tanks were run down and leaking and broken. But he was convinced that was the best way to raise fish and sell them for money. I always try to convince him that just go fishing out in the sea. You don't have to worry about managing your tanks and all that stuff. And one day I finally decided to take him out. We went fishing out in the ocean, and we caught like a ton of fish. And I could see he was super surprised, and so when I looked at all the fish we caught, I told him, forget to fish in tanks, that's efficiency.
With the white unicorn.
And so after adding that extra dust and rock material, we're back to kind of this big rough rock shape. You can see I got back to the outline. By adding all that rock, you get back to that stage. You can see the fish outline of kind of what the fish looked like before it got carved. And so that's how you add material back to it.
Step 6. Remove the outline.
Now we got back to the outline on the rock. We need to take it off. So I'm going to use pencil. Usually pencil, you use the tip of it to draw on it. It's got like graphite or something in there. And this one, a little different. It's mechanical pencil. You press the top here, and it pushes down through. You can kind of see there's a mechanism in there that it pushes, and it sticks it out in here. As it wears down, you press more and it'll come out. So that's how you draw the outline on it. But right now we're just going to use the eraser on the other end. So people always ask me, hey Alec, why don't you ever mention my question on Alec's Arts and Crafts? And I tell them, well, listen to this episode. I did. So.
These walls are paper thin, and everyone hears every little sound.
And so there I have it, the rock. Now, no outline on it. It's just kind of a blank block. Yeah.
Step 7. Roughen the rock.
So in this step, we have to kind of roughen the rock back to its kind of original shape. So to do that, I'm going to use this chunk of cinder block, kind of rough. So I'll just rub it, and it will work. So.
On your way back home again, a good Samaritan.
And so there you have it. We're back to just kind of an ordinary rock. We went from that nice carved fish maybe you'd put up on your shelf, like that, to just a regular rock that now I guess I can put it outside. I guess. Why did I do that?
This is the end.
That was the couch.